Hi everyone, welcome back to me, Scott Talks MEFC. How we're all doing? Hope we're all well. And I hope we're all well. Listen, it's been a few weeks since the last time I made a video, and it's not that I've not had the time or I didn't want to. It's just there are some things that are bigger than football, and that's why I've been absent for the last couple of weeks. So, and a lot's happened in the 2 weeks that I've been off. In fact, it seems like a lot. It seems a lot longer. I didn't get a chance to speak about Amarim, even though I've been shouting it out for months. He should have gone after the Europa League final. That should have been, the choice should have been made then. But we stuck with them, and it's not about that now. That chapter's closed. Just because I was calling it and shouting it from rooftops. I don't have a magic ball. It was just an opinion, because I just didn't believe he was the right guy for the job, and it turned out he wasn't, because he set us back. Now, that chapter's closed, moving on. Who do I want as the next manager? The next manager, my ideal number one, or my ideal choice would be Luis Enrique, but I feel he's going to walk up to City, just because it's the Pep model, only go to the teams that have got everything. Like, he was at Barcelona, and Barcelona were doing well when they had everything. He's got his France, one team league again, and he'll come to City. It's either City or Liverpool. I reckon he's going to go City just because he wants to do a Pep. But it has to be him. If I can't get him, depending who the other contenders are. I'm not overly sold on Thomas Tuchel. I'm really not, and I hope it's not. If it's Pochettino, Gareth Southgate, excuse me, Glasner, Areola. Why can it not be Michael Carrick? Now, I know that's premature. It's way too early to be calling out for Michael Carrick, because let's just see how he does for the next 13, 14 games, or however many games he's got left. But he started off well, and I tell you what last 2 games it was. Did we see any of it coming? No, absolutely not. The performance in the derby was just off the scale. It really was. I mean, talk about taking it to them. So I've missed the opportunity, so I'll let that go. The Arsenal game, God. Theo Walcott should not be allowed to commentate again on a game or be a host, because to comparing this Arsenal team to our 08 team is a joke. It's an absolute joke. And Michael Carrick's come back. He's been away for 5 years. He's come back, still schooled Arteta, and Arteta's got a better team. Now, I know it's a one-off game, but that's not the point. The point is, everyone at the start of the season, everyone's gone on at this defensive pair is the best in the world. And at that time, it's not the best in the Premier League, never mind in the world. And so they were getting compared to the Chelsea team with their Carvalho and Terry. Well, what's happened to that record? In fact, United smashed 2 Arsenal's record. One of them being that they've not let anyone score 3 goals against them for God knows how long. And I'm talking years at home. And the other one was Arsenal when they take the lead in the first at the Emirates. They normally win the game. And it was like 24 played, 24 won, 24. Well, that be put an end to that. That's what we do. Sorry, I've got a bit of I think it's just my hay fever kicking in. I know in January. Anyway, I'll need to get back into it. Anyway, so that's where the team is now. Credit to Michael Carrick, credit to the team. It's a shame that one of the players I used to criticise has actually been one of our. He's really, in the last 2 games, he's been really, really good, and he scored 2 good goals, especially the one against Arsenal. That was an absolute rocket. It's a shame he's out for 10 weeks, because just when we figured out what he actually is, he's picked up an injury. But I was saying this to someone last night, not last night, the other night before, that Dorgu, whether it's in these 10 weeks, but after pre-season, he's going to come back leaner and slimmer. I can guarantee it. Now he's got his trainer. I've been watching his drills. So someone's been sending me some footage of him and his training and his drills. And already I can see the difference in this kid. And his shooting, the power in his shots, Jesus Christ. I don't know if anyone remembers a player called Jorg Alberts. It's like him. He was known as the Hammer. Well, Man United have got the Venor Hammer in Dorgu. While I'm talking about Dorgu, I mean, I labelled them the ditherer and the ditherer, but Dallow's been really on it as well. Well, he has been in the last 2 games. Just his intensity. Okay, his final ball could do improving in his crossing, but in the last 2 games, everything I've said to him up till now, I might have to hold that. Is he the answer to our problems? No. But if he carries on like he has done in the last 2 games for the next 15, I will take it all back what I've been saying about him. And is it down to the manager that gets it out of him, or was it just because of his lack of applying the method what the managers were telling him? Now on to this week, we've got Fulham at home. Can we make it 3 in a row? I so hope so, just like the masses out there. Now, every other time through the season we've had a chance to get to the top 4 and we've blown it. This time it wasn't even there, but we've taken it. Now we just need to keep going. Let's get the one thing we've been screaming out for all season is continuity, some rhythm, some consistency, and we've not had any of it. I mean, when we beat Sunderland, that was by fluke. It really was. I mean, we went 2-0 up. The manager changed it. We didn't get a touch of the ball, and the football was dire. Away at Liverpool, had it not been for Cody Gakpo putting a man of the match performance for United, we'd have lost that game 6-2. The Brighton game, that was just pure luck. It was 4-2, but that game could have been so different. And then since then, it's like lose 2, draws 1. It was just backwards and forward. Now, are we getting excited because we won 2 games in a row? This is where it really counts, because the 2 games before it was Man City and Arsenal, and it's a big shout. Now it's down to the players, and let's see what they can do. Cunha's been really good in the last couple of games. What does he come back in, or is he still benched? Still at sub? I don't know, but it's tricky times. It really is. The season starts now for Man United. I mean, they really need to start pressing on, because Chelsea have picked up they're getting some rhythm together since the new guys come in. I mean, it came up on Tuesday or Wednesday night that they've won 5 on the bounce. They've lost 1-5 and won 5 on the bounce, and that one they lost was the Arsenal Carabao Cup. So they look to have got that rhythm that they're looking for. So we need to do the same. Now the other thing is, as expected, the board has not backed. They didn't back Amarin. Rightly so, but because his football was never the United football anyway, and Michael Carrick's proved that in 2 games. And on top of that, I'll tell you how Michael Carrick's proved it. Michael Carrick's gone out and played the 2 best teams in the Premiership for the last couple of years, and he's not only gone to town. We didn't scrape these wins. We deservedly won these 2 games. I mean, City could have been bigger. Same with the Arsenal game. We could have been. We went to the Emirates and absolutely took the game to them in second half. We dictated everything that Arsenal, all the fans were lauding Arsenal for, especially the deluded Arsenal fans. We took that to them. We absolutely took that to them and showed them that, listen, we can play football as well and we can match it. But now, these 2 games are done. 6 points we've got in the bag. It's all about Fulham now. And they're on a bit of a roll, and Harry Wilson especially, I hope for his sake he doesn't get injured or anything, because I liked him. I've never been a big fan of him. I've always thought he was overrated for some reason, and that's because when I used to see him on loan, he was on loan at the same time as Mason Mount, but he's actually, especially this season, he's consistently doing it week in, week out, where our Mason Mount, the word consistently doesn't even come out of the vocabulary, so I won't even go into Mason Mount, but he could make his debut under Carrick this week, but we'll have to wait and see. Team-wise, team selection, it's not really down to me. As long as we get the win and then we play well. Now, I want to mention one thing here before I forget. At the start of the season, before the Arsenal game, we were getting linked to... there's going to be a protest before the Arsenal game. Then we got talks going, the rumours going. Now, this is what media spin Man United do. When they knew the heat was on, they just filter a story into the press, and the press pick up it and they make it go crazy. And especially the Athletic, who Man United feed with the news, they turn around and say Man United go for Baleba, blah blah blah. It was all Baleba, blah 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 blah. All the talk in the fans was, there was so much excitement. It was absolutely unreal. I mean, I was getting waxed lyrical about it. I was going to say, yes, we're finally going to show some intent in the market. and we're going to get a player that we'd so desperately need. Was I surprised that we didn't get him? No. In even through that pursuit of Baleba, as soon as Glazer spoke, or the Glenier spoke, I knew there was no deal. That was just to get us off the campaign for the protest, because it was bad for business, bad for the image. Well, surprise, surprise, January came back, and what's the talk again? Baleba, he's now cheaper. The whole month it's been talk about Baleba and this and that. And given there's only a couple of days to go to the end of the transfer, I think it's been extended till Monday actually, because the 31st falls over the weekend, so I'm sure it's extended to the Monday. So to the Monday, we've only got this team that Carrick put out. That's his strongest team. There's no depth in there, because if Casemiro got injured or Kobe got injured, who are you bringing in? Ugarte. I say no more. Same with the right back, same with the left back. There is no one. There is absolutely no one. Same with the strikers. Sesko's not even hit the ground running. But for me, I'll be opening the door and getting Zirkzee out the door, because he's not offering anything. Get him out. Ugarte we're going to have to keep, because we've got no one else. I believe Sedo Kone's gone. He's already gone out on loan. So there's no actual backing to the manager. I agree that Amaran shouldn't have been back, because he didn't have a clue in the players. He just didn't. And playing Amar at right wing back, I was screaming out all year, this guy's getting wasted out there, wasted. He's had 2 games further up the field, and he's transformed. And to be fair, he's still helping out at the right back. It reminds me of the time when wingers were actually helping the right backs out. And we've gone back to that. So credit to Carrick, he's put the first thing right. And not only that, we've got intent, we're creating chances. And even, okay, Bruno had a great game against City, but he wasn't that good against Arsenal. But you can have dips, but he still had good moments in the game, even though he wasn't a 10 out of 10. He still had good moments in the game. So I'm not Bruno bashing, I'm not manager bashing, nothing of the sort. What I want to do is make everyone aware. If you're going to the game on Sunday, get there early. There's a protest going on at 1 o'clock. I'm led to believe there's only going to be... The numbers touted about is only like 4,000 or 5,000. If you're going to go... If please raise the awareness. Let everyone know. Spread the word. And if you can get there for about 12:30, please do so. It's before the kick-off. Now, I know it's going to be cold on Sunday. It might even be wet. But we need to come together. Sadly, I'm not at the game on Sunday, but I'm there in the Tottenham game. Please share the word. There's a protest. We need to get the board out. And it's not a Glazer board. We need to get them both out. It's Glenius out. Full sale only. Our club is only going to stay secure. We only have a future under any management if we get the board out. And who knows, if we get a decent owner, we could get Luis Enrique. Don't say Sir Ineos is a good owner. I'll tell you, just naming a few. It's got rid of the whole staff. So many redundancies. You're talking hundreds of thousands. Oh, thousands, sorry, not hundreds of thousands. Thousands, in the thousands, redundancies. But he's only pissed away 30 million on sacking managers. This is guys who are meant to be good at business. Yeah, they've got money, but for me, I don't think so. Then we've got a manager who doesn't play United way, he plays his own philosophy, then we don't back him. On top of that, chase Dan Ashworth, paid Newcastle 10 million to get him. We sacked him. Just because he spoke out saying we've got the wrong manager, so we sacked him. And he was proved right. Talk about smug as hell. Amaran is damning him, but to publicly come out and say he's got 3 years, and I said it back in December, if he loses 5 games out of these 10, he'll be gone. I wasn't far off. We didn't lose them, but we didn't win them. He was still gone at the end of it. So much for this guy backing his word. They don't mean anything. He should never have come into the fold in the first place. If he was a Man United fan like he claims to be, he would never have come forward. He would never have stepped into the toes of any other owners. Okay, it might not have been Sheikh Jassim, might have been someone else, but because he came out, I myself was excited, but I was only excited for the full sale, because if it was a full sale, it would have been a total different story. He's just a puppet. They are just puppets. And they're just there for the media spin, and they're, to be fair, the credit to them, they're great media spin, but that's not helping us fans. We're putting our money into this. We're spending hundreds and thousands of pounds every week following this team, giving money to this ownership that do not care about us. Do not care about us. How is that fair? Why is that fair? So it takes away everyone who's going to the game, excited for the game. We need to, it would just be brilliant if everyone's going to the game, spent 5, 10 minutes, even 15 minutes in that crowd. Instead of 5, make it 50,000. Let it be known. Let this, because if it was 50 instead of 5, it would go viral. It absolutely would. It would just go crazy, and that's the kind of things we need to do. We need to up the ante against them. We need to do what Liverpool did. Now, I know in the past it's been suggested we'll go 15 minutes late into this game and things like that. That's not the answer. It never will be. Liverpool fans didn't do that. They absolutely hijacked the owners. They absolutely turned up at their headquarters and things like that. That's the level we need to go on. And I'm not saying we create violence, but we need to let them know that we are unhappy and we need change and we need it now. Just sell your shares and get out of our damn club. Do you know the Premier League's have got to blame for this? They really have. And then I keep saying this, Sir Alex, if you're watching, I wish, but please, 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 forget what you said. They've ruined your legacy. For heaven's sake, help us get back off the ground. I want you to enjoy like you've enjoyed the last 2 games. I want this for the rest. Who knows? No one knows when the Grim Reapers are going to come calling. But this is a dynasty you built. You relaunched this. This project was dead until you walked through these doors in 1986, and you reload, reset, and look where you took it. And look where it is now. It's now further back than when you came in 1986. So please, come out and say it. They have got to go. Please, I honestly believe if you came out, Sir Alex, and said these words, I hope someone clips this up and puts this on somewhere, somehow, you could start that tsunami. These words could make that change. Where there's only 4,000 going, that would turn into 40,000 because we've got someone like you have said the words. Now, I still remember when Beckham came back when he was at AC Milan. Fans went mental. Fans went absolutely crazy. Green and gold went crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's the kind of thing we need. We need someone to come out and say it. People have said it, these owners are not good enough, but why we need to do something. We need to make change. And this is what the sad thing is, it's taken away this was meant to be the pre-match preview to the Fulham game, but it's all about Glenhouse out. Once again, it seems I'm here every other week saying the same thing. We got to come together to get them out. That's the only thing we can do, and we have to work together. All the platforms, all the social media platforms, they need to come together. It can't be one person. It needs to be. We can only do this united. We're Man United. Let's become united. Let's become one. Let's say it all together. Those ones that are not calling it out, I don't know if they've got an agenda or they're not bothered. I certainly am. And I know I'm not the only one. I get loads of people DMing me saying we need to come together to get these people out. And I'm saying the same thing. So please, if you're going to go to the game on Sunday, get there early. The protest starts at 1, but I'm suggesting that you get there earlier. And if you can't get there early, just join in when you do get there. Just because the more the merrier, the more noise the better, the more anarchy we cause the better, without violence, within reason. I don't want any violence. I'm not saying we go and rip up seats and things like that. We need to be seen, we need to be heard, we need to let it be known that it's gone on too far and we need change and we need it now. Now hopefully it's a great protest, and we go into the game in the same format, in the same way we did in the last 2 games, and we bring home the 3 points. It's all about 3 points. I'm not that particularly bothered how we play, but given the last 2 games we played really well, I can't imagine switching off for this game. I think it's going to be in a similar vein, but I hope we take our chances because we've missed a hatful. And I know Dorgu's not there, but hopefully we can compensate with that. Does that mean Mount comes in or Cunha, time will tell. But no score prediction. I'll take any win. And good luck for the protest. And if you're going, please be safe. Enjoy your day. And I'll see you after the game for a post-match review. For now, have a fantastic win. Peace, love, all the best.